Alright. Talk some more for me.
I am talking some more.
Thank you for talking some more. Alright, cool. We're good. We fixed all of our problems, because we're such professionals.
We have no more problems. Ever.
Except for the ones directly in front of you.
Yes, all of these are problems.
I mean, not... Alright, most of these are problems.
I was gonna make an original joke about Oryx, but apparently the punchline was already taken.
What is it? Oh, gosh.
Transmat firing!
We're gonna start off with a quick segment, which is unprecedented, but I haven't done the segment in a while, and I think it'd be fun.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's the...
Am I being interviewed?
No, it's the introduction to a new friend segment.
Introduction to a new friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Is
Hello,
it a
new friend.
pupper?
It is a pupper.
Beautiful. It's a little pupper.
She's so small. Her name is Mizuki.
Very, very young.
Yeah, you know who doesn't like her?
Is it Mr. Man?
Yeah, he doesn't. They are on complicated terms with each other. Yeah, this is like, we got her about 24 hours ago, so he has not had the most time to...
Yeah.
No, don't press on things.
So is it still a real video game if you can jump, but you shouldn't?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you can.
Yeah, the requirement is
long
that
as
you
you
can
can.
jump.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you for agreeing.
I do appreciate the idea of a Zelda game, though, that when you press the jump button, you do jump, but you die every time also. And, like, the whole game, and you're just like, well, why is this here?
I like it. You do jump, but you, any amount of fall damage, you die.
Yeah.
So, like...
So not only can you not jump, you can't fall off
It's Bubsy 3D
platforms.
at that point.
And then as soon as you fall, like, hit the ground, then you die.
Except that, you know, the moment that game gets made, speedrunners are like, yeah, it turns out if you frame perfect jump when you hit the ground, it actually doubles your height and doesn't cause any damage, and you're just like, alright, fuck you guys.
If you do this at this perfect spot, then you get to Ganon, and he instantly dies.
Yeah, you actually, you die so hard it credit warps you, so you never even see Ganon, and you're just like, what the fuck?
So the speed run goes from being like 7 hours long to being
12
15
seconds.
seconds, and 14 of those are you getting through menus. And...
There are games where, like, there's an instant, like, credit warp, and every category has to ignore it because otherwise it's not a speedrun because everyone has the same time.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly got here fast. I should have expected as much.
But there's one other thing
From
we
the
could do.
princess's
You take
own
one
appointed
patch of ground, a single
She was out on
small
a
patch of
survey
ground in the
already.
entire game that
Still
doesn't
has
kill
the
you when you
sand,
jump on
isn't
it. And it does
So,
absolutely nothing.
spill it, boy.
But
Have
the
two of
the
you
treasure
getting
hunters and the
along
Easter
all
egg
right?
hunters will drive themselves nuts trying to figure
It's
out what it
okay.
does.
I know. Your silence
Except that
is
they'll do that for like 12 minutes, and then someone will be like, all right, so I hacked the code and like looked into it, and it looks like
Yeah.
like, oh, it's so it was probably just a deprecated like idea that they never went with, and you're just like, god damn you guys.
Not like you carry blame in any of this.
I
It's
just want you to
unfortunate.
suffer!
Just put in more than enough time. Ever since
There are
you
very
were
few
young,
people in this world who deserve to suffer as much as speedrunners do, even though I love all of them.
she once
I
passed out in
watched the
freezing
SGDQ
waters
run that they just did of Super Mario 64, but it's the like updated version, which means the game like patched out backwards long jumps.
the motivation to
Oh.
And so you're just like, oh damn, so what are they gonna... Oh, okay, cool, never mind. They still only get 1 star in the entire game.
She really is.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, so instead of backwards long jumping, if you jump and jump off of a wall and then keep doing that from wall to wall to wall to wall, and you keep going, you build up speed until you just shoot through the wall and go into the painting and then just go to the level. And you're just like,
Probably time we
alright.
Or
Well,
But
they
it's-
I
tried.
think that's just the
It didn't work.
Heisenberg uncertainty principle.
My favorite thing is still that every time it's just like, okay, so we went through the star door and did the Bowser level, but now we can't get out of the star door still. So we have to go into a level and then quit out so that it brings us back to the front of the castle.
Actually, that would be a really mean game design thing. If you could get to the final boss at any time, but once you enter the final boss area, you can't save, and you can't leave the final boss area to actually finish the game without finishing everything prior to the final boss.
You just have to start over.
No, you just have to turn off the game and lose your progress from fighting the boss.
Also, the boss takes 17 hours to beat in a... You actually have to... There's an in-game timer for 5 weeks before he dies of old age, and he's immortal otherwise.
And then the moon crashes on you.
Oh, this is the All-Star Zelda game.
Literally every time people talk about like Death Stranding or any game like that, I'm like, I don't know why anyone like thought Kojima should be able to make a game by himself, because like this is the person who decided one of the Metal Gear bosses should die of old age if you kept the game running for like a week.
Yeah.
And
Kojima
also
is like George Lucas. He's great, well directed, but he shouldn't be left unattended.
Yeah, he's also the one that made a game where he was like, this game should be coded. This was not done, but he wanted it to be. It was supposed to be coded in a special paint so that when the CD heated up in your CD drive, it would start to smell like blood.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
a
it
great
does.
idea, except for the part of why would you want to play a game if it makes your room smell like blood?
Yeah, this is a great idea, except for the
All of it.
entirety
Yeah,
of the
except
idea.
for the whole part of it. It's like, okay, that idea is as good as a concept car, where you see it and you're like, oh, hell yeah, that's a cool idea. But it shouldn't go to the roads. It's not designed for them.
It's one of those ideas that you have when you're developing it, but then you just decide, hey, wait. Someone says, wait, we don't want to make the room smell like blood.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what if we made their room smell like blood? He's like, okay, counterpoint.
Oh.
That's a bad thing.
You're right. I think every dev team needs someone there to be like, no, you shouldn't name the game so that it's unintelligible and pronounceable in like 3 different ways, and you're not actually going to tell them which one is correct.
Hey, that was a good idea, though.
Foreshadowing.
Alright, so the remainders here are peanuts,
Or just nuts in general.
nuts in general, okay, even though peanuts aren't nuts. This looks like garbanzo beans,
Yeah, chickpeas.
okay, tofu.
Mm-hmm.
My first glance was cheese, but no, that's gonna be tofu. Shrooms, fish, and and shellfish. Don't put fish or shellfish in sausages. Have you personally ever had a fish sausage?
I have never had a fish sausage, and I don't want to. I think I did have a crab sausage once.
I mean, crab cakes are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to have a crab sausage.
Spiffy.
Woof. Woof, LeChuck.
Okay.
I mean, he just told you the whole story again.
He did. Yeah. She's very cute. And because of her, we actually have a third pet now who is a tapeworm, apparently.
Oh,
Oh.
exciting.
That's the thing we've just found out. We're not even we haven't even officially gone to a vet or anything to check. We're just like, there's some things that happened that when we looked up, we're like, apparently that's a tapeworm thing. So she got a tapeworm in 2 weeks.
Have you? Oh, she probably got the tapeworm well before then.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Have you sung her the tapeworm?
Are you gonna have a
song
gender
yet?
reveal party for the tapeworm?
I don't know if that's a thing they have. Genders, I mean, I'm not.
If you have it, then yes.
Do tapeworms have genders?
This isn't even related to D&D, but it sounds like it could be a D&D related search.
They are hermaphrodite.
So you get to throw a purple one.
It's a both.
It's oh god.
Purple forest fire.
Incredible start to a campaign. All right.
I'd like to hear a couple words from our contestants. So first, Tim, brand new show. It's a brand new day. How do you feel? Do you feel strong? Like you're gonna get in there and take the W?
We'll see. It really depends on how BS these questions are.
all right, we'll see. And Dom, my main man, how do you think you're gonna fare in all this?
I mean, I had no confidence until Tim said stuff, and now I feel like maybe I can win by virtue of him losing.
All right. Now that we've gotten an introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and introduce tonight's topic. Gender reveal parties. That's right. That's right. It's a little hot in the news right now. But you gotta strike while the fire's hot.
Don't.
Too soon.
People are burning.
There's been a little bit of, in case you're unaware, there's a little bit of news about some fires happening because some people would like to know the type of genitals their baby has and share them with the world. I don't know about you, but I don't care what your baby's genitals are. Ever.
But now all of California knows it's a boy.
But anyways, moving
That might be
on.
my favorite meme so far.
Let's get to the first segment.
What do you want, you wimpy little spineless maggot?
Could you train me to be better than the Swordmaster?
Better than the Swordmaster? You? You could never be half the sword fighter Carla is.
Carla.
Even with hours of hard work and sweat and blood. I remember fighting side by side with Carla at Port Royal. The local constabulary had us cornered. It looked like we were done for, but then she said, "But I digress. You just don't have what it takes."
I do so have what it takes.
You do not.
I do so.
You do not.
I do so.
Oh, I like your spirit. I'll do what I can. Of course, it'll cost you.
So I've got two food-related things to talk about.
Okay, go on.
And neither of them are technically food crime. Well, one of them is kind of a food crime. But I'll go with the other one first. So, I recently learned that are you familiar with the name Fabio? It's a Latin name, Italian name.
Yeah.
Frequently used to like denote that someone's a virgin slayer, basically.
I mean, isn't there a guy named Fabio?
I mean,
I think there's a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
of
mean, I
which
think
are
there's
Italian.
a specific
It's-
one that people refer to when they say that someone is like Fabio.
Yeah. But yeah, that's you know,
Yeah.
it's well known for that. I learned what the name means.
Oh, sweet. Does it mean pussy slayer?
No, it means fava beans. It's just fava beans.
Nice.
The name is named after fava beans.
I'm gonna name my kid Kidney Beans.
You did not make that jump.
Hey, so fun fact, you still have the one-hit obliterator when you do these shrines, which is fucking bullshit. Because these shrines are annoyingly long, and it's just like, oh, by the way, don't fuck up or else you'll get hit. But also, here's a physics simulator where you have to put blocks down on top of spikes that bounce. So I hope you put them in a good spot or else you'll die.
Yep. So then I was looking on, because, you know, it's kind of weird for fava beans. Cicero. Do you know what Cicero refers to?
Sicily.
Chickpeas. It's just chickpeas.
Interesting.
Yes, good.
And then the actual origin of why I learned this, the name Lynchulus.
That's not a name.
It is.
It's a bad one.
I mean, it was a very popular name in ancient Rome, and it just means lentils. So. Yeah. So apparently, the thing to learn here is that the Romans, ancient Romans, were just they were just Saiyans.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
They were just Saiyans.